YouTube, this is Chuck Reynolds, and I want to thank you for stopping by. Well, it's still in the hundreds in Phoenix and surrounding areas, so we're still in the shop doing stuff. You can get out, but it just wastes you. You just can't do anything. So what we're going to do today is something I promised to do a long time ago, and I haven't done it. We're going to do a little pour. And I thought maybe I'd show some of the tools that we use. First, this is the flask. It's a two-part flask. This is one I don't like. I've had lots of fails on this. You can see there's pins here that align the flask when it goes together, and I'll show that later. But here on the tray, I've got many tools that you may or may not need or may not use. This is one that I made, and it's for ramming the Petrobond. And I always use Petrobond, and I don't have it here on the bench right now, but it's an orange-colored oil-based sand. It's different than Delft. The Delft is like twice the price, but it's really fine. But anyhow, this is the ram to ram it into the frame, the flask. This is called a riddle, and if there's lumps in your Petrobond, you put it in here and you do this and get it real fine to go on your not mold, what is that? On the piece you're trying to make. This tool is once you have your stuff built up and rammed as tight as it'll go, you can just scrape it off and get it flat. Let's see. There's various wires and whatnot here, and these are for putting vents in around your piece so it can vent your sand as you pour your aluminum or brass or whatever you're pouring. You just punch that through in the sand. I've got a couple different knives like this, and that's for if you need to cut a trench or you need to cut out here to make your spot for your molten metal to go through. Not for this flask, but I've got a different flask. This is a sprue. It's a tapered sprue. Instead of using this, here you use this, and you have a the sprue comes down, and you have a gate that goes into your pattern. That's what it's called. It's called a pattern. There you go. So you have a rail or a runner here, whatever you want to call it, that just goes in and it feeds, and you can do multiple one of these. Today we're going to do one. Tweezers is always good for trying to pull things out. Here's another blade. This is parting powder, and it looks like flour and it looks like baby powder. It's real close. Don't use baby powder if it says on the label cornstarch, because it'll block up and it'll load up, and it causes more grief than it does helping. Anyhow, I got more little pipes where I can cut grooves and things. That one and this one here. There's a nail for making these. This I used to use to roll out the Petrobond. I don't do that anymore. I use the ram instead. So anyhow, that's all the tools. Now that I've spent half the time on my cook that's going to make. Just the basics, and I'll get my Petrobond over here. Oh, one other thing, I just noticed them laying here. I didn't show you. Very good idea to use these. Those are nitrile gloves. They're not, excuse me, it's real dusty outside, so I got a cough happening. This will keep your hands from getting stained from the Petrobond, because it is oil-based, and You can't hardly get it off your hands once you get it on there. So, you know, use these gloves. You can get them at just about any, like Home Depot or anybody. And these are 7 mil nitrile gloves. Disposables. These are larges. You get 50 gloves for like $8 or something like that. Probably made in China, but anyhow, so that's it for all the tools and stuff. So we're gonna start ramming this up in just a second here, and I'll get my Petrobond and be back. As you can see, I use coffee cans for a lot of things. My parting powder here that's a, what is this thing? It's a 3 pound. These are 3 pound coffee cans. This one's the Petrobond, that's the parting powder. Even here, all of these are, there's computer parts, there's cordings, there's all kinds of parts that I do when I'm scrapping, but they're good for holding that, keeping stuff out of the way and together. So anyhow, let's get set up just a little bit better than what I am here, and we'll start putting this thing together. Be back. Hey guys, my wife just stopped in to tell me she's going to work. And let's see, we need a vent, don't we? We need a vent. I should have done this earlier. So let me see how well we're packed. If this falls out, then we got to start all over. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I gotta get this to run under here. There. Well out. Like I said, I haven't done this in over a year, so it's kind of coming back. And this is why you put the gloves on. Okay, so now, all things being equal, I should be able to the flask is back together. Okay, so that's going to be ready. Get some of this off of here. You don't need to watch all. Okay, so this is the electric foundry again, the Toronto. It works pretty good. It has a smaller crucible in it that's been well seasoned. All my crucibles are seasoned. And I season them. I don't use borax or anything like that, because that's really hard on graphite crucibles. I just heat them up to a working temperature, shut it off and just let it cool down gradually, then go ahead and do my pour. This one's already been done. And what you got here are some of the tools. This pulls the crucible in and out. This is like, so it goes around this one. This is this kind. This is for scooping dross out of the inside. So when it's melted, I can go in here like this and pull the bad stuff out. So I just have a nice clean pour. This is graphite rod for stirring. This is for when it starts getting really hot, for putting the aluminum in. Some guys heat it coming up to get it hot. They put their aluminum in. I put mine in a little later. It doesn't matter. It's going to cool it down either way. Want to cool it down at first and want to cool it down second. So give me a little bit here and we'll get some aluminum cooking. Be back. Like I said before, you can do putting the metal in as you start up, or you can do it putting the metal in after you've started. And we're going to do it after I start here. So I don't know where my good gloves are. But anyhow, this is what I use. We're doing 60-61 aluminum. So we'll just open him up. Well, that's interesting. That was supposed to be aluminum. So we'll put that in. And this is 60-61 that was pre-melted also. I guess it's only 190 degrees C, so I probably don't need my gloves, but I'm going to wear them anyhow. Okay, so everything's in there. Melt point for aluminum is 660 degrees C. I'm set at 800. I'm about 150 degrees over. So we're going to have to let him sit and go here. Like I said, cross your fingers because a little prayer won't help either. I've never had a good pourer doing it with this flask. I've had good ones with another flask that I've used, or a couple other ones, but never with this one. I keep trying it because I'm sure it's going to work one of these times. Anyhow, I'll be back. We're up to 385 degrees C, and I've got my lucky gloves. These, you can tell I've been using these, they're burned all to pieces, but they're a really good glove. They work well. And I think I told you once before, I've never had good luck with this flask. The last time I used it, I think it was doing a brass pour to do a channel round, and I spilled, and it went on the tray. It was aluminum tray. I think this one's steel. And burned a hole right through it. Yeah, that's steel. So it probably won't burn through at this low temp. But anyhow, I don't plan on spilling it, so I'm going to take a look inside and see where we're at. We shouldn't even be at melt yet. So, well, guys, I'm about 100 degrees under melt temp, and I'll show you what happened. You probably caught it. Anybody who's ever done a pour before should have caught this. I didn't pull the pattern. And I went to pull the pattern and it collapsed. So, there won't be a pour today. This will just be a whoops. And like I said, I've never had any luck with this particular mold. But see, I wouldn't have had it this time either. If you look here, you see all the sand that's still in the letters here. Even the parting part doesn't keep it out, because apparently this pattern isn't any good. And I've got 2 or 3 of them, but I just can't seem to get anything made with it. And this flask. So that's the first time that's ever happened to me, but there it is, it happened now. Anyhow, even if you don't like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, come back again. Give it a great comment. See you on the next one. Be back.